serious podcast.
Oh, good luck.
Okay.
Shouldn't have invited me.
And people will think, what is this? Is this show about tarot? Miral is reading tarot now with cards. No, it's not tarot. It's human questions for humans.
Again, you shouldn't have invited
Yes.
me.
شو وجيتي مع ميثة اللي هو يعني ميثة cute but
No,
very
I told
calm.
her.
Yeah.
There was an hour and a half and
Yeah.
she's gone.
We wait for it.
You
The
shouldn't
coffee
leave
is
me-
still there, huh?
Shouldn't leave me in a car with someone for an hour and 20
all right, all right. That's
Hasn't
good
affected-
that she's awake at least يعني.
Oh, she's awake for sure.
After the coffee, how many coffees you had?
3 today. And still
Three.
counting.
Still counting.
Still
Day
counting.
is
It's
young.
still there's still a lot if you want.
It's 9 a.m. somewhere.
Most likely
know.
we'll do it. It's 9 a.m.?
It's 9 a.m. somewhere.
wow.
Somewhere.
Oh, somewhere, yeah.
No, you believed it.
Yeah.
Did you believe it's 9 a.m.?
That's how gone I am.
You believe it's 9 a.m. Okay.
I was like,
All
wow.
right. So our topic is going to be based on the card that you're going to pick.
Okay.
Ooh.
But not you're going to pick. I'll pick.
All right.
Okay.
That's
But
for
at
sure.
least in front of you.
Okay.
It's not a tarot. Okay. It's just a topic. I know usually you're very. I think you're overwhelmed previously with so many podcasts about talk about your films, talk about what you do in the films and stuff. We all love to talk about it.
I like to do it still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Can I
same.
talk about my
Yeah.
You can talk, but we're gonna talk about it from a human perspective.
All right.
You know, like
What's left of the human after the filmmaking? Maybe we should get some chamomile.
we should have had that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick one.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna look. One. Ah. When was the last time you cried?
Oh,
Oh,
this morning.
straight with a hard question.
Seriously?
No. Then the last time I cried was not last night, the night before.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
You did.
Wow.
You want to
It
talk
was
We
about it?
synced.
Yeah.
Do you cry more often or
Not really.
no?
Depends on what you mean by
I'm very
often.
sensitive. I'm very, very sensitive. I cry easily.
I would cry for
Yeah.
watching something, but to cry because of something in my life is hard. So when it does come, it comes really intensely
Mm.
because I try not to think about it, but it usually comes in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
During
like-
sleep,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Because I overthink at night.
yeah.
So usually I'm fine throughout the day as long as I'm moving. But then when it's time to go to bed and I'm in bed and the thoughts start coming, I actually was crying because I couldn't sleep because my husband was snoring, and I got so annoyed.
I feel so sorry for your husband.
Why? He's
Why?
lucky.
Yeah, he is.
That's
I
He
was,
is,
I
he is.
was. Anyways, no,
Okay.
but really, but like, yeah, I couldn't sleep, and there was like and I was like, I struggle to sleep very much, and I get frustrated.
You
about
overthink?
not sleeping. Oh,
You
yeah.
Overthink.
I overthink, and I'm a light sleeper, and I don't do well with quiet and silence. So whenever I try to sleep, I struggle, and he sleeps very easily, and I was just like talking about how
That's
like,
not fair. Tell him that's not fair.
he can
Right?
sleep standing. It's insane. And yeah, and I was just like talking about like I haven't been able to sleep and I have trouble sleeping. And why can't I sleep like a normal person? And
So
then
you
I
cry
got
because you
tears.
can't
Yeah,
sleep.
I cried because I was frustrated I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
But that's so my crying for me is a valve release because I get angry. And when I was young, I used to like all my stress would come out as like rage.
Mm.
And then as I grew older, I calmed down. But there has to be some sort of release. So instead of like losing my mind and becoming angry, now I just go and then I'm fine.
Easily.
So I just like it's a
Easily.
valve. Like I just open it and I, but I get
Aw.
so I cry the most not when I'm sad. Actually, when I'm sad, I just shut down. I freeze. I cry when I'm frustrated or annoyed or angry. That's when I
Mm.
cry.
That's what happens. What
Not when
about
I'm
you?
sad.
It feels like you're talking about me sometimes
Yeah.
because I overthink a lot at night. It doesn't shut up. Like like it's like my ADHD coming in because I'm thinking about things that shouldn't be thought of because it's a silly thing, but I can't switch it off. But when I cry, it's not because I do cry because of frustration, but I also cry because of hopelessness. I'm the type that stresses so much that doesn't feel any stress, which is the worst type of thing. Because it's all internal, and sometimes you feel like you're living in someone else's body. It happens to me a lot, which is like the imposter syndrome, where you feel like you're looking into someone through someone else's eyes, and this is not your life. And that I remember one time happening for me for like 2 months straight up, and I could not feel anything, no joy, no happiness, no sadness, no nothing. It was just like a robot. But I usually have like I used to be angry as a child, but then I found books as a really great outlet, and I used to be obsessed with reading. I have like over 250 books at home. Majority are romantic fiction, so like Bridgerton and such. But those are the things that I get lost of. So every time I'm stressed or angry, I just read a book, and that will kind of redirect my thoughts and make me feel better. But now, as an adult, even that doesn't help. Watching a film does make you sometimes cry. I'm watching Call the Midwife right now, and it's very sad at some points.
Mm.
It's a really nice cleansing cry.
Mm.
But recently I was crying is because sometimes as an adult, as a filmmaker, you feel a bit hopeless. You don't know
Yep.
where you're going.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel like
I
you're
thought I was the
lost.
only one who feels this
Oh
way.
my
No.
god.
You know, it's been happening recently for me that I don't know what am I doing? Am I doing it right? But at the same time, I'm not satisfied.
Exactly.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, what's going to happen next? But people think when I say like what's going to happen next is about uh what's the next job. No, it's not about what's the next job. Like sometimes I sit and I think, is this my life?
Mm.
Is this
Yeah.
how it's going to stay forever?
Where am I
Well,
going?
exactly. And
Yeah.
I think the older you get,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
And you know, especially the older you get, the more I become more vulnerable.
Yeah.
I'm more scared. I'm worried, which I thought, but I'm less worried about things I was, you know, when I was younger, I was like overwhelmed with things that I want to do this all together, and I have to do it now, and there's no
Yeah.
time. And now, like, you know, it doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
gonna happen or not. No, but
It-
that's what I feel.
I totally get that, because I think when you're younger, you feel like you have a lot of time ahead of you, so
Yeah.
you don't worry.
That's right.
But
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, we're at an age, I think we're all in the same kind of boat in that. We're at an age where we're saying, what's happening? Where are we going with this? Is this the
Okay.
right place?
Mm.
Should I go back? Like, I just started freelancing like a year ago after my film. And I used to always be a 9 to 5, although it wasn't going anywhere the way that I wanted to, which is my dream of becoming a director, feature, and stuff like that. But at least I had something there that I was going to do. Like, I'm doing something that would make me promoted or get more, projects or something. Now, as a solo person, where I have to push myself out there and wait for people to kind of answer back, it sometimes feels like, what am I doing in my life? What am I like? If this is how my mom is retired, she feels the same way right now. She's in her 50s and she's retired, and she feels like she doesn't have anything. She wants to go back to work. I'm saying, is that like, I'm feeling the same thing. I relate to her at this age. I'm 35. I should not be feeling that way. And that's the thing. I should not be feeling. And when I see people posting so much on social, doing stuff, I'm like,
Please don't
where
tell
is
me.
me?
Don't get me
That's-
there.
by
Don't
the
get
way,
me there.
that's the
I want to
biggest-
do that
yeah,
too.
don't get
That's
me
the
there.
biggest downfall, by the way, is
Yeah.
that like I have this feeling when something good happens, I can't accept that it's good because it's not good enough.
Mhm.
And it's like, aren't I supposed to be happy? But the thing is, I struggle with celebrating any kind of achievement because of all of these thoughts, is that I feel like, okay, yeah, this is kind of an achievement, but like, this is a good thing, but, and most often, but it's not enough. But like, okay, I finished the film. I should be like, I finished it. But the feeling is like, okay, but I don't have distribution. I don't know where it's going. This is not good enough. I need it to go to a festival. I need it to be seen. I need it to be. So there's this constant feeling of like you don't know what the point. When's the point when I feel happy? When is
Yeah.
it? You know,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
is that? When is that supposed to happen? And I think that's why, because when we're young, we think that when we are like, there's a lot of things that I've done in the last couple of years that when I was young, I would have dreamed of doing. But when by the time you reach it, it feels like that point, the good point, has gone further. Like, I should have been here 5 years ago, but
Mm.
I'm here now.
Mm.
So this is good, but I should be more now.
Do you feel sometimes that because we're getting older with age, and sometimes you say, I have no time, or is it too late for me?
My fear and my worst enemy is time. I hate time. If
Mm.
I could get superpowers,
Mm.
it'll be I control pausing time. Just pause. Pausing. Give me a minute.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm constantly like being chased by a giant clock.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
I'm always worried that I'm running out of time, that I'm
Mm.
running out of time, that I haven't done enough, that that time is gonna catch up with me. And this is why I end up overworking, because I can't take a vacation. I can't sit around. I can't give myself any time off because I feel like I'm wasting time that I need to utilize. And what if, I rested and that time I could have done something. So I feel like because I haven't gotten the achievement that I want, or I feel like I don't have permission to rest or to chill. So I end up burning out. And
Yeah.
I burn out, but I continue to function even on burnout. And then I like sort of pick myself up and I'm like half burned out, half functional. And I'm like dragging myself, up
I know
that
the
hill.
feeling, yeah.
And it's relentless. And then the longer you do that and you're not getting where you want to be, it becomes even worse because it feels like you're dumping all this work and all this effort and all this energy into this black abyss.
Yes.
And nothing's coming back.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming back from it. So there's a lot of and I know my problems. Like I know that I have to do a lot of reframing so I can be much more healthy mentally. But it's just really tough because our business has no clear path. It has no what's an achievement? Like what is an achievement for us? The measurement is unrealistic. The path is not clear. The system doesn't make any sense.
The challenges as well. The
It's
challenges you feel you have a lot of people like you meet in the field. You see, like let me talk about one of the I have some. I'm pretty sure you girls have a lot of projects on papers.
Yeah.
And you've been trying to pitch it here and there. Not even to film festivals. To let's say producers. People are producing all these big shows and films, and you know your idea is really great, and then when you pitch them, no, they will tell. I mean, it happened to me recently. Like, we want to work with you, want to do this. Oh, we like it. Okay, send us your stuff, and then
disappear.
That's happened so much, and that's the main for me. It's the burnout.
Yeah,
and it's the demotivation that I get because I was recently in India for 32 days. I was meeting producers and stuff, and they were meeting me. We're talking, we're pitching, and then they tell me to send them things, and obviously it took me a while to send them because I need to write everything down and you need to present it in a nice way. You don't go to the script, you go to the treatment, even the treatment, just a synopsis, just to see if they will bite.
Images and
exactly
and stuff.
And you send them and then they reply back, and you send them not only in emails, you send them on WhatsApp as well because you need to chase.
Exactly.
What I didn't know is that you need to chase them every single day. There's no weekend. But also, sometimes you don't want to be too annoying that you will burn it out.
You don't
like you're desperate.
Exactly.
Desperate.
You also become because of the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You feel it makes you not feel like a professional filmmaker.
Exactly.
Now you look like a
someone who's
desperate
desperate
person.
or just want to do something, and they might think you're not even making it good in your career, and they'll say, okay, you just want to look for something to make it, but
and
what
it's the lack of response. Like I'd rather somebody tell me I hate your idea. It's dumb. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah. For
the
me,
worst
it's way
thing
better.
is the lack. There's also a lack of feedback, right?
Yeah.
In this industry, a lot. Most entities that you apply for whatever, if you're applying for a selection in festival, or if you're applying for a fund, or if you're applying for anything, if you're rejected, you're not told why, and that drives you crazy.
I know.
I don't know why.
I know. It happened to me recently. By the way, congratulations on one of the courses that you're going soon. I'm not going to say the name.
Oh yeah.
I applied for that. This is my second time
we
they
can talk
rejected
about it
me
because they did. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm like, why?
I don't know. But yeah, we're doing the PAS workshop.
Yes, awesome. That's
in
good.
February,
That's good.
Yeah.
And I saw you and Neo. I was like,
we're doing our.
You guys deserve to
for
be.
Our feature,
Because I've seen. I mean, I don't want to say names, but I've seen. And we're here, open. I don't care. So I've seen some people who actually applied, and I did talk to them, and I said, why are you choosing people that we know they're not going to continue in this field? And they feel from last year, first batch, and they didn't. I know them personally, and I know some of them, like, they just want to try their luck. And I was fighting. I wanted to get to it last year.
No idea what the criteria in this industry is for
anything.
For anything.
I was like, why are you choosing these people? They're not continuing, and they decided not to, and they have 9-to-5 jobs. We are. I mean, with all due respect, I'm not saying, but
I get it.
But you have to make a living.
Yeah.
We don't have a support system.
No.
We are not part of a guild or any of that. So obviously, you need to. I tried to do 9-to-5.
Yeah.
2023. I was miserable. I was miserable. I don't know how you do it, girl.
But
I don't know.
But keep in mind,
I think
but
it's
my
different
9 to 5 is different because it's not 9 to 5. Right? It's not a corporate job. I teach film.
Yeah.
So already, and I love it. There's also that. I love doing it. And as a matter of fact, thank God, because when I was working production as a freelancer, I couldn't make films.
I'm with you. I'm with you on
I
that.
couldn't make films.
That's true.
Because I was stuck in the cycle of production and mayhem and chaos and chasing
and you have
my
to
checks.
Make a living.
And chasing my checks, and you don't know what's happening next month.
Yeah.
So when I started teaching, actually, it was the first time I managed to do short films after
You're more relaxed.
after my master's in film, when I was making films, and then the only films I could make were 48-hour film projects because that's a weekend.
Yeah, that
But
was
that was it. That was it, and I won one of them. But that was all I could
Yeah,
do.
I know.
But I couldn't make film, like I couldn't go and shoot for a week. I couldn't do any of that. But then when I switched to teaching, my time became clear. I know when I'm free and when I'm not, so I can manage that. Plus, going back to basics is inspirational, and
Yeah.
even working with film students is so inspirational because they inspire you and
I
they give you
know,
ideas.
I
And
know.
like it was
Yeah.
one of the best things I did was this big switch in my career, and I did it in 2018 when I switched from being a first AD and a producer to going into teaching film. That was the best thing.
You were
it
ready
really
for
helped
it?
me.
Were you ready to teach?
Hell yeah. I made the active choice because
Mm.
I was in production and I was suffering and struggling. And at the time, I was working as a post-production supervisor in NBC, and I was working on like a lot of projects, and it felt like this is the best contacts I'm gonna have in this industry here. And I'm like, and I'm miserable, and you know the system, it's chaotic. And I'm like, this is a nightmare. And I felt myself draining, like, and I'm not making films. I'm not doing what I want. And nobody's gonna pay me to do that. Nobody's gonna pay me to direct my film. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
I
to do
agree
it.
with
I need
that.
to do it
Like,
myself.
I was stuck in an agency job, which I was producing and directing commercials and stuff, which is great because you are doing what you're doing. I did more there in that 4 years than I've done in this 1 year or 2 years of freelancing.
Yeah.
It's because the clients are coming to you, but I did stop with the short films and stuff because I didn't have any passion anymore because I was away from that. I was more in the commercial, and you know how it
drains
is.
you. It drains you.
So I took a workshop. I was talking to you about that, the SAE workshop
workshop.
for
Oh, you did?
filmmaking.
Well, okay.
I did
Yeah,
that
so
back
you-
in
Were you there at the
2021.
time when
Yeah, I
She
was
was,
there.
but I
I
didn't
was
know
there.
her
Oh, okay.
back in
Yeah.
2021. And although it was the basic, I needed that because it made me want to make. And I did several short films that time. I did 3 short films in that 6 months that I was taking that course. Then I did in the 5 years I was back in Dubai, because when I was in the UK, I did over 10 films in 1 year because it was easier.
Yeah.
Here,
Why?
there's so much red tape here. There's so much things that you need to
Resources,
do. It's resources.
locations, people into it. Like there's a
They are
culture
into
there.
it.
There's a
Collaboration.
culture of
True,
we're
true.
gonna go make a film.
There's a community.
There's a community, and
Culturally,
plus,
Community support
even.
each other.
in the
That's
UK,
tough.
they don't
Sure.
monetary gain is not something that a lot of people look into. They look into
Yeah.
collaboration. I want my name out there. Just
I want to
pay-
do something.
Just
Yeah.
just
I
get
wanna
me
be in a
lunch
film.
and get me my
Yeah.
transportation. I'm okay with joining you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even care about that. So I feel like here it's more about, but how much you're gonna pay me,
Because
which is
here
fair.
It's a corporate commercial life.
Yeah.
It's a fair, but
and
if you're
and
doing,
a lot of people, I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but a lot of people here are expats. They're here to make
To
money.
work.
Exactly. So it's for them. If I want to do it, they might do it. I mean, I started as an actress. I started in production and then I got into acting because that's my passion. And I did a lot of films for free.
Yeah.
And though I was promised, and now a lot of directors are doing feature films, so I'm not even there.
Yeah.
Where I supported them in their short, but I wasn't even in their short and feature
Yeah.
film. And they always say you're a great actress, but okay, I was there for you. I helped you. Why I'm not. I mean, I respect directors when they choose their actors. They have
Yeah.
a certain criteria. There's a certain looks. There's certain, which I totally get it. But sometimes I'm like, where's the support? Like you're there to support
Exactly.
this community. Like here, everyone is supporting me here. What I'm doing, this is my first episode, which thank you
Yeah.
girls coming. Thank you so much. I did actually before that with one of the locations that I did with Auru, and I was just testing because I wanted to do something. I'm an actress suffering. I'm not getting the roles. I can't live out of acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
No
No,
way.
I
I
can't.
can't
pay the
live off
bills. There's
directing.
No, I can't.
No
I
way.
can't. So I
Yeah.
thought, okay, let me do something for me as an actress. So I came up with Swalif with Miral, and then I slept on it for the last, let's say, 2 years. It was so hard for me to find editor, which bless one of my friends, she became a friend of mine. She helped me in editing it.
Yeah.
And then when I came here and I have the guys here, they said, we know, because I got into directing, you guys already know about it, but I'm getting into directing not because it's only something I found my path in it, but it's paying my bills.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah.
You understand how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I had to take that path because talking about crying when I was an actress, I was crying the whole time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was crying. I was depressed.
Yeah.
There's no jobs. I don't know how to pay my rent. I don't know how to pay my bills. I can't travel. I can't buy a car. Now I'm way better, but I
Yeah.
still love my acting. I still have to do something for me as an actress, and you have to create your own opportunity, and
But-
that's what you girls are doing.
I just want to say something, and I think it's pretty cool that like there's three of us, there's three women here sitting, and the question came up crying, and none of us talked about relationships. None of us talked
Not
about
a singer for a
anything.
very long
Yeah.
time.
It's clear, and
yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Crying about the thing, crying about your dream is the
Yeah.
best thing you can cry about.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I take that as a positive, to be
Yes.
honest. Like it's good to care. It's good to have a goal and to care about it enough to cry. That means you'll probably get there.
No, but because
Yeah.
also like
I'm with you.
that's the only thing that really matters for
Yeah.
us, not only as women but as people.
yeah.
It's our goals or our careers are that really matter, because that's the only thing that we really work hard on and we
Mm.
keep.
Mm.
Relationships come and go, friendships come and go,
Yeah.
things come
Guys,
and go.
It's so easy to give up on this. Like if you look back at where you've studied and where you've come, and look at the people who have let go and were like, it's too much, and that's fair. You know, I'm just gonna have a family. I'm gonna work a job. I'm gonna do 9 to 5. So many of the people, like when I think about the people who have studied with me or with me on the journey this whole time, like it's been 15 years now. I think I can count on my fingers the people who are still doing it, who are still on the battlefield.
Mm.
And I think the fact that you're still here and you're still trying to do it is, again, it's one of those things that we should feel good about, but we go, that's good, but
Good,
But.
there's always a but.
Because going back to it, it's not about not like collaborating without money. It's collaborating with knowing that the budget is limited. A lot of
Yeah.
people, when you go to them and approach them for, let's do a short film, they ask for unrealistic budget for what you call for a feature.
Established actors.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'm
Not all of them though. Not all of them.
No,
Because
some
Yeah.
great
I
established
worked
actors are awesome.
with the Emirati actress Fatma Al-Hosani, and
Mm.
she was brilliant. She came on board just because 2 Emirati girls were doing a film.
That's
And she just
community.
came.
That's
And I
community.
love that. And she stayed and she was so brilliant. And we are super grateful. And she is one of the oldest kind of established actors that we have in the UAE.
Mansour Al-Fili.
And
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Mansour Al-Fili
Hassan
is an
Rajab as
awesome-
well,
Oh
and
my
all of
God.
those people, and
Oh my
Ahmed
God.
Abdelrazak,
Yeah.
they're so amazing. But then the newcomers,
Yeah.
I know it is the livelihood. We appreciate it. We get that. But think about what would happen if this short film go into festivals. What would
Exactly.
happen later down? As you said, later down they might make a feature.
Yeah.
Obviously, some people will still pick the same actor for that feature because
Mm.
whoever comes on board would want the same people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not about just making something with people who are passionate about the same project. Is when we talked about producers or production houses going with ideas. Now, I have this
Yeah.
problem where I pitch my idea and they love it, but they're hung up on the genre.
Yeah.
Nobody would take
You're
that.
You're
Nobody
Look
would
who you're
take
talking
that.
about.
Nobody would take that because we don't think the network will buy it. I'm
Yeah.
like, how do you know the network won't buy it if you don't ask?
If you build it, they will come. They don't understand this. If you make it, it'll happen. If you put a flavor in the water, the whole water will change its taste, even if it's a drop. And that's something that we are stuck doing. We're doing the same type of film, same type
Same
of content
genres, yes.
over and over again.
Over.
Nobody
True.
is allowing any breathing room for
True.
any kind. The film that we just finished, Karayr.
Congratulations,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
miracle.
We can't
that
wait to
even
see it
happened.
soon.
It's so exciting.
Miracle.
Yeah.
But we were told for 5 years this movie cannot be made. We went to a festival, and in the festival we got decimated, being told that this film cannot be made in the Middle East. This kind of film doesn't work. This kind of film is impossible to do without like millions of dollars. And it's like, no, it can be done, but we just have to do it.
Mm.
Like the only way to
Just make
do
it happen.
is
Make
to
it
do it. And
happen.
like one of the biggest blessings, speaking of people who work, everybody worked on this film, worked on it out of pure passion. Nobody got paid their full rate, if paid at all. And one of the biggest things is having a big actor sign on. Without having an actor sign on, and we got Jihad Abdo, who was huge,
Yeah.
and he's in Hollywood now,
Yeah.
and he did a film with Werner Herzog. Like he's there, established.
Yeah.
And he just saw the film, he saw the script, and he was so passionate about it. He's like, I'm going to do it for the industry. And that's the idea. We all try to do it for ourselves, and we become these little pockets of doing it for ourselves. But at the end of the day, for me, if Maitha does an amazing film that I have nothing to do with, she's helping that industry where I need to be as well. It's like trying to make a fertile ground, and we're all trying to make it more fertile.
Mm.
And if we just all take these little pieces of land and just like trying to make it work. It's not going to work. So even if I do something for another filmmaker and it had that success has nothing to do with me, but their success is my success because it's all going to fill this
You're helping.
industry.
It's open
Yeah,
doors.
It's opening
of
the
course.
doors. It's making it possible. And that's why I think a lot of us are floating like we don't have this cohesion of doing it for the industry, which in the West it happens because they
It
have
does.
this living,
True.
breathing
True.
being that's
True.
not just for
True.
me.
True.
And that's the thing. I don't like when people say stuff like it doesn't work here. Why doesn't it work here? Because nobody did it before.
Exactly.
Let's try something new. Let's try okay, I get it. Everyone wants to see a genre film, a horror, a comedy, a drama, but you need to understand one thing. And I realized this one after my feature is the fact that nobody cares about the Arab voice.
No.
Nobody watches the Arab voice in cinemas. Nobody cares if this Arab voice
Because
is
they
unique
feel it doesn't
or
speak to them.
changed.
Yeah.
They feel it doesn't speak to them.
Not even
But
not
it's
because of
supposed to.
that.
But it doesn't. It speaks to festivals and the people who the red tape, the people.
Mm.
Like they've been making whoever like does the support and the platforming, especially from the West, they are supporting the same type of Arab film that paints us by the same brush.
Wars.
War,
Miserable.
poverty,
drama.
misery.
Yeah.
you know,
Crime. Something.
We're like
Yeah,
walking.
I know.
We're
I
like
know.
walking social issues.
I
No,
know.
we're real people, and we have problems that are on a spectrum. And there's no space for that spectrum. And the people who are perpetuating, the only support we get are from people who won't perpetuate any other image than that. And the audience, I know that my aunts and my cousins don't want to watch that movie. They know that we have problems, but they also film at the end of the day, it's an entertainment. Film is supposed to take us out of our misery, take us out of our lives. That doesn't mean those films are important. They're essential and they're important and they talk about important topics, but they're not the only type of film that exists. And the Arab audience believes that we're not going to get anything other than that. So if I want to have some fun, I'm going to watch an American film. I'm going to watch a Korean
But
film.
it's not about that only. It's not about that. It's about the quality. They don't think that our voices or our films have quality. Now, Madrasa al-Rawabi
Yeah.
was quality because it was a Netflix. It was a
Exactly.
Netflix thing. Honeymooners was quality because it was a Netflix thing. Even though if you watch it, it's a
But
normal
you feel
rom-com.
it's a bit westernized and that's why you have a
And
lot of
that's-
criticism about it that this is not our
But that's
culture.
also
But that's
I
not
don't
true.
like about that because why is it westernized? Because they don't show any cheating, they don't show any second
Exactly.
wives,
They don't want
they
to
don't show
that
any
part.
jinn. It's
Yeah.
not. They don't show what we see in typical Ramadan dramas. Why is that our ideology about Arab or Gulf
Yeah.
citizens?
There's
That's
more
not
to
our
us
lives.
than just that.
Of course.
And I think
There's
the
so
Western
many
element,
stories.
by the way, the Western element of it is not what actually happens. It's the fact that it's being shown is what makes them feel it's Western. And that's not a bad thing. If we take a Western approach to showcasing ourselves as real people with a myriad of problems and a spectrum of personalities and lifestyles, that's not a bad thing. Like Madrasa Rawabi is my school when I was in Jordan. I went to a private female school called Al-Ahliya lil-Banat. At the time was CMS. It was a Christian school, even though I'm Muslim, but they had very good education. So a lot of Muslim girls in Jordan go to Christian schools because it's a higher education, right? And that was the environment I grew up in. So when they say this doesn't represent us, who's us? I exist. I'm
And you
here.
tell
Do
them,
I
lived
not
that life?
do I not matter? Yeah, I did not grow up in rural Jordan, sure,
Yeah.
but I grew up in the city in Amman, typical middle class family, and I went to that kind of school. So why can't we tell that story?
Because it's uncommon.
But
That's why.
But that's
it's
the
not
thing.
uncommon in reality. It's uncommon in representation.
Okay.
That's true. But in reality, you can see most of the people that live in our countries don't live that life. They're very close, they're very into tradition, the culture is so different. And that's why I understand why they come with such comments. But it doesn't exist. It does exist. It
But
does
that's the
exist,
thing.
but a smaller part.
This is what they say, right? It's risky. I don't want to risk it.
Mm.
There's a big example that I just learned recently, which is happened in India. India is the biggest film industry in the world. It dishes out like thousands of films per year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When Slumdog Millionaire came to big production houses, like huge production houses to be made, they were like,
Was
no, nobody
rejected.
would watch it. They went to America and they made
they
it,
watched
and
it.
it became an
And
Oscar
exploded.
winner,
Yeah,
right?
exploded.
So
yeah.
then the producers that rejected it back in India created another film thinking it would be like another Slumdog. It didn't succeed.
Of course.
And then Lion came, the film
Mm.
Lion,
I love that movie.
again with
Yeah.
Dev Patel,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Came. They did not agree on it. Like, no, we tried and it didn't work. So
Mm.
we're not doing another one.
Mm.
And then it happened with the West again.
Mm.
And it became.
It was
Why?
successful.
Because the West take risks sometimes when
Yeah.
it comes to ours. Are we gonna wait until the West take our stories and make it
And
happen?
they tell
Yeah.
them.
Because what?
In
How
their
do
own way.
you don't know? When somebody tells me it doesn't work, you don't know. Who on earth thought that we'd be all sitting here watching a Korean show about, about the social and economical problems of Korea, and we are all Arabic speakers, French, Spanish, all of us obsessing over this show before Squid Games came out. Who knew that it was even possible for something like that to happen?
Yeah.
And I bet you a lot of people said it wouldn't work. And guess
Mm.
what? It did, and it became till today the highest watched Netflix series
It
globally.
is big. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
It is
huge.
big.
Where
It is
I
big.
sing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
speak Korean. Yeah.
It became so popular.
How-
Everybody.
who would have thought that's possible? But you never know what's possible.
Mm.
And that's what closed-mindedness is. And we live in a close-minded industry. That's the issue. It's
They're
just
the
trying to-
majority, the
Yeah.
decision makers that tells you that this is the film works or not. They are the majority.
Yeah.
And they are very commercialized, unfortunately.
And the
But- yeah.
but there's a bigger problem in all that is the fact that we don't have anyone to sell our films. So whatever we
Yeah.
do is a
Mm.
risk anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
We don't have that A-star Hollywood that represents the
That
Gulf.
everybody would go watch.
Maybe in the Middle
Mm.
East, maybe in Levant, we might have some
Not
more
anymore.
known, or Egypt.
No, yeah.
Not,
No,
not,
I don't
not,
think
not
so.
like it used
But
to be.
yeah.
maybe
Not like
Egypt,
it
we
used to
still
be.
have some,
Few.
but we don't have
Few.
anyone in the Gulf that would sell. If it's in Saudi, some would sell, yes, but we don't all. We won't know them unless they were in dramas, and even in the ones in dramas, we've seen them so many times. I don't know if it would work in film. So we don't have that. So whatever we push out there is a risk. So why can't we take risks with telling authentic stories that are a bit different, that opens different kind of spaces for other
Mhm.
people to venture in, to change the mindset, not of ourselves, but to our West? Why can't we make films for the West to watch, to say, hey, this
Look
is
at
our
us.
market. This is who we are. We are a diverse, beautiful combination of different dialects, different storylines, different lives, different demographics. We are so colorful. We have more than one voice.
Yeah.
Look at us, appreciate us. We are in the end the biggest, like one of the biggest one of the biggest nations in the world. Like,
Yeah.
how many people can preach that Arabic is spoken in more than 10 countries? Like,
And that's also another issue. And that's the issue with the nightmare that is distribution. Our audience is segregated, and that's a big problem. Like, if you look at it just from a numbers point of view, you want to make a film. If you make it Saudi, then your audience is Saudi. If you make it,
Yeah.
if
You're
you
very
make it
limited.
Egyptian,
Yeah.
if it's Egyptian, then the audience is Egyptian. If it's Tunisian, then the audience is Tunisian. And all of them, even though Saudi and Egypt are the biggest in terms of number, but put them aside, Tunisian, Moroccan, Jordanian, Syrian, Lebanon, these are small audience. And the problem is a Tunisian guy is not going to watch a Jordanian film. Because the Jordanian film is so that
Yeah.
represents us.
Yes.
But
yeah.
then we're talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
I can't convince a Tunisian guy to watch a film that is so Jordanian that he
And he
can't
wouldn't get
connect.
it. But
He won't
he wouldn't
connect
get
to it.
it, yeah.
That's the problem. That's why we have to
Yeah.
get out of this trying to target small pocket of people, because then that's literally less money, and less money means less
But it-
resources, and that's when you can't make big films. We
Mm.
need to do something that's trans-regional, that everybody in the region watches.
but it was kind of, it did, but the thing is, that's also something that is subjective, and that is something just like, that's a way of thinking. But how do you know it won't work with other people? I would love to watch a Jordanian film that talks about Jordanian lives.
But it has to, but it has to be in a way that you're a filmmaker. Let's talk about the average person, not the filmmakers, because I'm curious. I'm gonna watch a film from Kuala Lumpur, but like I always look at you have your mass audience, you have your cousins and your friends and your family. Like, if there's a film that is it's just a good movie, it's just a good movie. But it being Tunisian is good, and it's part of its flavor. But we have to, film is a universal language. A good story can be watched in any language by anybody. It shouldn't, the film becomes more about the political message or the idea more than it is an actual story that anybody can connect with, that's when you start segregating audience.
And that's why Madrasat Rabi, which was also very, very specific, worked so much. Honeymooners was not that specific. It was just like there was just that one kind of twist in it that worked. Then you have The Exchange, which is a very beautiful drama from Kuwait as well. That was dubbed
I heard
in
of it,
several
but I
ones.
didn't watch it.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
It was so
Al-Rawabi was
good, yeah.
universal. Al
Yeah.
Rawabi,
It was,
anybody,
yeah.
a girl in Egypt can watch
Yeah.
it and relate to teenage issues
Yeah.
that happen everywhere. You know, friendship,
Because
crushes.
it doesn't talk about Jordan culture.
Yeah,
The
it
Jordanian
does,
culture.
but not
It
as
does.
much.
But not
it's
as
not
it's
about
not,
it.
Exactly.
But that's the thing.
Exactly.
The culture and the element is the backdrop of,
Yes.
of a
Yeah.
script.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the protagonist of the script.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
but,
what I'm saying.
But then again, we watch a lot of Egyptian movies and series. Like Al Hag Mutwali, like I love that series so much. Obviously, I don't relate to it because it's purely Egyptian. It's very, very Egyptian. But because we grew up watching it,
Exactly.
it became normal.
Exactly.
So imagine doing a film, okay, Khaliji film or like a Levant film that targets the Arab nation in totality, because you have people that are living in our countries that are from different nationalities that
Especially
are curious.
here, especially in
Nobody
the UAE.
knows how an Emirati household is.
Yeah.
I actually found out so many things about Saudi culture that I didn't know that was different than mine. I thought we were all the same. That's how I thought we were similar, but I was shocked about the dissimilarities and the similarities that we have. Jordania is the same thing. Every person now are so linked together because they know each other like from universities, from workplaces, from mutual friends, that there's no such thing as a hidden society, but there's still hidden culture that we want to showcase. It might be niche, but it's also related to some other things, like things that we do in Emirati household, Jordanians do as well.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of common things. It's all very universal.
We talk about it even. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we do this.
Yeah,
oh,
we
have
do
the
that. I
same,
do
we
that.
do
We
this.
eat this.
We always talk
And
about
even go back to the classic. Go back to the golden era of Egyptian cinema, black and white films that were everybody watched them. If you try to remember them, they weren't about Egypt.
No.
No,
They
no, no.
had
It's a
the
story.
There was a story and
Right.
characters and people that anybody can understand, but it was something that drew you in, and then
Yeah.
it made as Egyptian culture. That's the flavor,
Yes.
and then it becomes a flavor that's familiar to you.
True.
But that's the thing that gets people to watch it is not the fact that it's an Egyptian film, and I want to see an Egyptian. I want to see a film where Abd Halim falls in love with a girl on a boat.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
love that.
It's
One of the
it's a
best films.
similar thing to Mexican films with like Marimar and Rosalinda.
Yeah,
Ah,
the Maria
Mexican-
Mercedes.
yeah,
Why
the
did we
Mexican
watch
soap
those?
operas.
It's not because
Mexican
it was
soap operas.
No, it's the story was
Yeah.
like it's
Universal.
I think we love we love love stories.
Yeah,
you know,
we do.
like it's challenging, and this is
Yeah.
the nature in us. So
Yeah.
it's a common nature
Yeah.
between human that we love to see something about love and
Yeah.
how lovers like they get together and they separate and how they look for each
Yeah.
other and stuff. So this is common. This is universal.
Yeah.
And that's why we watch it.
Especially if it's authentic.
Exactly. And that's why it was dubbed in Arabic so everybody can watch it. So I think it's a see, I think I said that before because us as Arabs, and I'm saying Arabs from all around the Arab worlds was there. It's in Africa, North Africa, and the Middle East. We have something common, which we Arabs, unless you live like in the UAE, what I love about the UAE, first of all, it's my home, your home, your country, but it's my country too. And we're from different countries, but we come together for the love of the film. But not only that, if you're working from 9 to 5, you worked 9 to 5 before I did. We're all from different parts of the world. We connect, we lived in our own country. For example, it was purely just like, for example, mostly you'll see Jordanians. The same when in
You don't
Iran.
have the exposure.
Exactly.
You don't
In
have the same
Egypt,
exposure.
in other countries.
It's a true melting pot.
Exactly. So when they come up with films, they come up with films that is related to the culture, the country. It's the same thing what happens. But here, because we have this diversity and different nationalities, and that's why we come together, we try to make films, short films mostly, I would say, that has different flavors from different countries. And that's where everyone can relate to. I know some hidden agendas in other places, like in films, it has to be Saudi, purely Saudi. It has to be purely Iraqi
And
or
that's because
Egyptian.
the
or
industry and the support wants this. It wants to put you in a box. and
Exactly. But that's
It's
why
not helping.
the abroad films like Westerns, and now maybe in Korea, because I think the culture as well had changed. They are more into the Korean films, K-pop, K-drama, all of that. Although we don't have the same culture, But I think the younger generation brought that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and everyone started to watch it.
Yeah.
But part of us as Arab culture, I think we want things to happen. I want to go back to when we said why we don't take risks. Go to an investor, give him 2 projects. Do you want to open a restaurant or do you want to invest in a farm? Where are you going to get the return of investment after 3 years? But the restaurant, you're going to have the return on investment within a month or a year. You will go for the restaurant. This is how the mindset of our culture as Arabs in general.
We don't have foresight. It's about right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a lack. We have a lack of
Insurance.
foresight.
That's one of the
Lack of
reasons
foresight.
why. Yes.
Because like if you invest in a movie now and you don't make a lot of money and then you invest in another one, the industry will become so well built that it becomes like, I mean, Hollywood didn't start by films making $1 billion. It didn't start that way. It got that way. Same thing with Korea, by the way. Korea has a well established, magnificent film industry, but for a while it wasn't that successful. It was successful, but it wasn't Parasite.
It wasn't a part of the capital.
It wasn't
driven.
Parasite.
Yeah.
It wouldn't people globally wouldn't go. It wouldn't do box office stuff. It would do really well in festivals, but stuff like that. But then again, it's people who kept it's that thing that I keep talking about. It's us putting into that fertile
culture.
soil.
It's culture.
It's culture, and it's a
culture.
cohesion
Yeah.
of I'm doing something not just for me. I'm doing something for the space,
And
for
for
the
tomorrow,
long run.
for the
Yeah.
day
For the
after,
long
for
run.
the long run. Exactly.
And that's why going back to the point of I want something to be purely Saudi, I want something to be purely Emirati, we should step away from those mindsets
Absolutely.
because we
Yeah.
are not purely Saudi and purely
Absolutely.
Emirati.
Yeah,
or
we're
whatever.
all from everywhere. We're from
People
everywhere.
in Saudi who are not Saudi have different experiences. Their stories are valid. People in the UAE have different experiences. Their stories are valid. Depending on which emirate you live in, their stories are different. Their stories are valid. I think that we need to diversify it more. I think that, as you said, we need to take risks. We need to start building an industry. We do not have an
We don't
industry.
have it.
No.
Nobody
No.
knows about it. We start getting there, but nobody has seen Emirati films that much.
And you have so
Or
many beautiful
Saudis
stories.
or anything like that. Now we need to build it, and we need to build it by bombarding the industry with a lot of
Yep.
different projects, not just one or two that we think would make it happen in festivals.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's filling. That's what I said. It's that putting
Filling it.
drops in
Yeah.
the liquid so you can change the flavor.
Mm.
You have to keep putting. Just
and
keep
then
putting
we
it.
target it.
Keep
Once
trying.
we have
Yeah.
Keep trying.
it, like count me how many Emirati films we have in the industry right now.
very little.
I think
very few.
less than like 20 features.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
very
It's
few.
a small number.
I don't
few.
even know majority of them, and we've been in this industry.
we have to be more bold with the stories. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
To
know.
make it happen
and that's the problem.
believe more.
It's-
Like, yeah, okay, let's
And
invest in
variety.
the rest. Yeah.
Variety.
Yeah.
We can't make 5 movies that are pretty much the same film. If you make 5 different movies for different types of audience, then more people
And social
will see
media,
it.
you're having all this from social media with social media actors. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Me as being as an actress, I mean, come on.
Yeah, the
You
influencer.
can't have all like they can't. They can't. Okay, respect them. They have their own. I can't do what they do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to acting, it's a whole.
It's another thing.
But
It's
by the
another
way, this
skill.
this is
level, a
becoming
different-
very universal. I had a friend who was auditioning, and that was in like in India. She was auditioning for something, and she got like a finalist. And then they looked at her social media, and they're like, "Oh, she doesn't have enough followers, so we're not going to skip her to another one who has better."
Yeah.
Even
That's-
if
that's-
her
she was
acting was
even
better,
good.
she because of the followership. How do you know those followers weren't bought? No, I'm not
Yeah.
talking
No,
like
no,
obviously.
No,
no,
it's true. It's true.
With all
it's
respect
true.
to influencers, I used to work with them. I used to
Let's say real,
Yeah.
organic.
Exactly.
But it doesn't
Make them
mean
a good actor. That's
exactly.
a different set of skills.
Exactly.
What they do in front of the camera for influencing, the actors might not know how to do, but what actors do in front of the camera, they don't know. I
It's
for
very
sure can be put in front of the camera and say, "Make the act."
Mhm.
I can do it behind the camera, but it takes skill and practice. And it's sometimes also a natural talent to become an actor. And not every actor becomes successful.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at twins, for example, yesterday I was looking at Dylan and Corey from the Zach and the twins from
The Disney Channel.
the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, Zach and Cody.
Yeah. If you see both their kind of filmography,
Trajectory.
it was totally different than each other,
Yeah.
even though they're identical twins
Mm.
and they've started together. One is more successful than the other, so it doesn't matter
No.
what
No. No.
like it all matters. What matters is luck, talent, and ambition and passion. Not everyone has that. People like with influencers, with all like with all the respect I have for them, because I work with them, so I know what they do and how they struggle with their own thing. It's different than putting yourself in front of the camera. Actors are very
No.
vulnerable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
They
have
love
to,
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in front of the camera, I'm in a whole different world.
It's a different
Yeah,
set of
it's like-
skills.
well,
It's a
yeah.
completely different set of skills.
Influencers are themselves in front of the camera,
Yeah.
which is also a hard thing to do, but it's different than becoming vulnerable and putting your trust into a director or a scriptwriter who would tell you to do something.
And you'll understand.
exactly.
You'll understand what is required from you. You'll understand the long hours. You'll understand sometimes how many times you have to repeat your takes, and you're not gonna be like,
And-
no, I'm not. I'm tired. You'll not.
Yeah.
And
you're
no,
an
and
actress.
Yeah.
putting yourself in that trauma. Like I remember Mira when she was doing a like very dramatic scene of crying, how she had to prepare herself. You you've pushed yourself into trauma that
Yeah.
wasn't yours, but you need to pretend it's
Of course.
yours.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing, especially if you want to disconnect. Like we've seen Heath Ledger with his
Oh,
Joker
yeah,
character,
yeah.
how even the tick still stayed, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many things still stayed in his psyche.
He locked himself for a month, for a whole month before he got
Exactly.
into
And
the
you
role.
see his diary. So people put themselves into horrific situations. Kristen Bale with the weight loss and
Yeah.
the weight gain.
the
Oh,
machinist.
yeah, that was, and it's
Yeah.
dangerous. But he was
Yeah.
ready
And
to
American
go that
American
far.
Hustle
Yeah.
as well when
American
he gained
Hustle, he
so
gained
Oh
much
the
yeah, I
weight.
know,
Yeah.
I know.
And he buffed up for the Dark Knight. Like
Yeah.
he went
Yeah,
through three
yeah.
different bodies.
I
So
know.
it's a totally different
Three different
aspect.
characters as
No,
well.
no, the process is
Yeah.
completely different,
Yeah,
and it's not the
yeah.
same set of skills.
And I always say that acting is the hardest profession in the world, and that I see it in my friends.
You're
and I
trying to
see
get
it
into it as well. I know you want to. Yeah,
It's-
she
it
was in one
sounds
of my
fun.
commercials. I
Oh,
was so.
nice.
This is where we
Sounds
first
fun.
met,
Oh, nice.
and this is where we're talking about community.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know her at the time, and I was directing a commercial, and I needed an Emirati at the time.
Yeah.
And we have a common friend, Rikabi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told him I'm looking for an Emirati girl, and he said there's. This is what you never know about this conversation. So he said, "Oh, I have this friend of mine. She's really good. She's a director." I was like, "Did she act before?" He said, "Sure, she never did." I said, "It's fine, but is she okay to be? Because she's at the background. She's not the main. She's an extra." And he said, "She said that okay." I was like, "Really?" Because I had doubts that she would
Yeah.
say yes.
Yeah.
And when she said yes, and I said she's coming, and then at the time I didn't know Maytha.
Yeah.
And then when we met, we had a very light
Because we were
talk.
supposed to meet at some. I
Yeah.
heard about you.
Yeah.
We were like, someone was supposed to introduce us or something,
Noura? I
Yeah,
think
I think so,
Noura,
yeah.
Noura,
and it didn't happen. So
That's
look at
true.
how the world
I
is
know,
so small.
I know. And
It's-
when I saw her and she came and she did a phenomenal job. And she was smiling the whole time. And I was like, she knows the job. And I'm like, and after that, I had so much respect for you. Like, honestly, really. And I said, that's what, and she always, like, she's always texting me, Miral, if you need help, if you, now I'm going to cry. Really, I mean, it's hard to find people in this industry that they're ready to tell you, hey, we're here for you.
Yeah.
We're here to support you if you need any help. It's very rare to find it.
Yeah.
It's very rare
It's
to
because
find
you want it for yourself, so you give it to others.
Yeah.
I always say, do to others what you want done to yourself. So if you're not prepared to give others what you wish was given to you, then you're not you don't deserve what it was, that, because you need, like, this industry, or not just industry, people need to help people. Kindness and openness needs to happen to change the world in any capacity. And in our industry, which is such a competitive,
Yeah.
high stakes industry with no reward. I remember I was talking this in the panel, and like Faithful Hashimi was like, yes, it was like, I was like, there's no reward. We kill ourselves for
Yeah.
one
To the abyss.
story.
Yeah.
Into the abyss.
Into the abyss. We put
Into that
ourselves
abyss.
so hard. We kill. This is our baby. People don't understand. Our
It's your
films
baby.
are our
It's
baby.
your baby.
Yeah.
When you criticize it,
Yeah.
you're criticizing our baby. When
Yeah.
someone has a child and they say this child is ugly, how does it feel?
Yeah.
That's how we feel when someone
Yeah.
tells us our scripts are not good enough,
Yeah.
or our stories are not good enough, or we're not good enough.
Yeah.
We built it. This is our life.
Or worse, when they say nothing.
Oh, that's worse.
That's
they
worse.
roast you,
I'm
you
okay
know?
with people telling me my
Silent
film is bad.
judgment.
It's that silent
I-
judgment. It's that. It's just. It really eats away
Please
at you
tell me
because
about it.
it eats away at you because it just I feel eroded from it. Like I feel like I'm eroding, like I'm disappearing, because you're the ability to just keep pushing through and keep
It's not
trying
easy.
and
It's
keep
not easy.
doing it and keep doing it,
Yeah.
and then getting nothing back, and you're just banging away at this door. It just over time, it's quite tough on your mental
It's
health. It
exhausting.
really
Yeah.
is. And it drains you. Even like you can't do your day-to-day anymore. It feels like, even though you're not doing anything, you're not running a marathon, but it feels like I ran a marathon, because I can't even like do my dishes anymore because of how drained I feel. It's like this thing is sucking life out of you.
I thought I
it's-
was the only one who's
no,
not washing her dishes.
it's a nightmare. I don't know why I do this. I want to be an accountant.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and
wish
but
I had
that's
a
the thing.
boring, like
Yeah,
a desk
yeah,
job
exactly.
that didn't require any
Yes.
thinking.
And finding people, finding partners, finding people who get it, who are in it, who love it as much as you do, who do it for the love of it, who are not an obstacle, but they are a hand. This is so unique and so tough. And when I find these people, I hold on to them like crazy. I hold on with my nails and teeth, like stay in my life.
Yeah.
Because it's so difficult. And,
Yeah.
and what you said is 100% true. A lot of people ask me, forget me working in the industry, it's like me as a teacher and what I do for the students. And like in SAE, ever since I joined, I've gone on a crusade of creating opportunities for these students. And I do so much more than what I teach. And it's not about talking about what I do, but people ask me, like this Black Sheep Film Festival that I do, where we do 3 days. I invite people. We do 3 days in Paramount Hotel. We screen their films. I invite people from the industry. We do panels. We do workshops. I bring like professionals to come and do jury. None of it is paid. None of it I get extra pay for. And my department is 3 people. We are 3 people, and we put something that takes 16 people to do. I know that because that's events, but it's just the 3 of us, and we die doing it. The opportunities that we do for the students, the work we do, and people ask me like, why do you don't have to do that? You can just, if I just do what I'm paid for, I just go, I teach the class, I grade, I give feedback, and I leave. But
that's not you.
I have so many initiatives for them, and people ask me, why do you do that? And I say, because I never got it. I never got it. I never felt that feeling of somebody coming and seeing something in me and going like, I'm going to get you here, come. I'm yet to feel it. Other than my teachers who, believed in me and told me I'm good at it. But I haven't yet felt being embraced.
Supported.
Being
all the way.
Supported. Being told, you know what? I got you. Until we made this film. And until somebody like Jihad Abdo, who just literally, when we met with Jihad Abdo, it was me and Neo, the director. When we met with him, so I sent him the script. It was my script. And keep in mind, this script was with me for 5 years. And I was told, no, cannot be made. Nope, not the kind of film we want to make. Not the kind of film we will fund. As if like I'm making, I don't know, a porn. Like, what do you mean not the kind of, why? Anyway.
Yeah.
I sent that guy that script, Jihad Abdo. God bless him. And he sent me back an email. And he said, he didn't say that.
Little cocoa. Little cocoa.
So he sent me back he sent an email, and he just talked about, he's like, I don't remember like verbatim, but he said, like, this is an incredible script. You're a very talented writer. I love the story and I love this concept. And I like what you're trying to do with our stories and the way you're trying to tell it. And I'm very happy to be a part of making your dream a reality. And Neo and I read that script and read that email, and both of us started crying.
Aww.
2 grown people
Feeling.
just started crying because nobody had validated us for 5 years. All what we've been told is that we are nothing, you are nothing, you are nothing. How do you when somebody tells you you're something, you have a voice in your head telling you, am I? So imagine if you're being told
That's
you're
so bad.
nothing
That's
over
so
and over
bad.
again. It's so easy to believe. It's so easy to believe it.
Yeah.
And we believed it, until we didn't. And I think I always want to do that for other filmmakers around and for young. And by the way, it's not about me. It's not about us. We are already in it, but you have a whole generation of young people who need support. And one of my
Like that
life
little one over
dreams,
there.
one of my life dreams is to give those students what I didn't get: support, validation, and motivation. Because it's so easy to give up and so easy to become demotivated.
True.
And you need somebody to push you, and that's pushing people. I push them because I wish this hand was here. It's not. But
I'm so happy that you found that, because I remember the first time I met someone from our industry. I'm not gonna name them, but I met someone in their industry and I was so excited to meet them. I loved their film. I wanted to just ask them one question, and I came all the way to Abu Dhabi to do it. I remember my brother and his friend drove me, and they were going just circle around
Waiting for you.
waiting for me, and I didn't know that that person was coming to Dubai that day. So I could have met them there. But I remember going to them and I just wanted to ask them one thing. I was like, can you just show me how to do? Because I had the script. I told you about them. I had the Syrian script that I worked so hard on. It did so well in festivals as a short script and then as a feature script. And I just want to know how to do a budget so I can start raising funds and make it. And that was the first time I met someone from our industry that I respected, and I really wanted to just show me a template. I just wanted to show me a template about how you don't need to take me one by one. Show me a template
I know.
of how to do
Yeah.
a feature budget.
Yeah.
And you know what they said? I'm holding a workshop.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why don't you sign up?
Oh.
And you know how that
Okay.
felt? It was like
Mm.
you couldn't just it's just a template. Like I
Yeah.
could research and find it online somewhere and just copy it. But I was coming to ask you because you would know.
I've met people like
Yeah.
And
a lot.
you know
Yeah.
what that felt like? Like,
Mhm.
why is nobody helping?
Yeah.
Like back in the UK, when I was filming, and we're all new filmmakers, someone had a script, 10 people say, let's make it together, and we made it. Here, I just you just ask one question, and you're like, you need to pay to enter something so that you can maybe find out.
And maybe they'll not even give you the whole thing. By the
Exactly.
way.
And I
Yeah.
recently did a talk with Cininfo. I did a webinar, and it was talking about my journey. People were asking
I
questions.
was there.
No, you were.
You didn't see me.
I didn't see you.
I remember when she said Miral. She's saying.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
I didn't know it was you.
I think
actually.
you
Sorry.
didn't connect it was me.
Yeah,
And I
'cause
told them
then-
she's one of the few filmmakers that really ask, her friends and her colleagues, like, do you need help? I'm there for
Oh,
you.
I'm so glad you
Mhm.
came.
I don't know. It was the
Yeah.
last time. Last thing. That's
but
last
I
comment.
I didn't connect
Of course
the
I
name
attended because I
uh,
have to support you. Let's go with the simple stuff. Like we have a lot of workshops that is for free. Like Leo Wong, he does a lot of workshops for free. The founder of acting in the UAE.
ASF.
Mm.
AFS, sorry, AFS, sorry, AFS.
Exactly.
I was part of that one. That
Me
was
too.
amazing.
Me too. I was
Yeah.
But
one
it's
of
not
the
enough.
students.
It's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
But
More.
the problem is, even with the community here, there's sometimes I help with casting
Mm.
because they know I'm an actress. I can choose the right, talents to be for this commercial, for something else. And I recommended so many people for films, and they got really like big roles, but I didn't get there because they didn't. I don't want to keep complaining about that. Anyways,
No.
we're talking about reality.
Yeah.
We named positive names.
Yeah.
And we didn't name the negatives.
Yeah.
Well, it
No.
wasn't negative. It's just a period of time that
But
was
it's
like that.
for me, it is important that people who wants to get into this industry, or let's say in general, when they watch this, they can relate.
Mm.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about, yes, we did it, and I did this film, and I made this film. It's great to talk about their achievements, but it's great to talk about our vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because we are part of the community. We are part of normal. Let's say someone who's 20 years old, he wants to make, but he doesn't know how, or not the how. Maybe I can't.
Yeah.
Those people may be smarter than me.
Mm.
Yeah.
They have the
No, we're a
privilege.
mess. We're a mess. We're crying at
Yes.
night.
No, yes, no,
crying at
no,
night.
no.
We
not.
all feel the
Yeah, we
same
did so many
fears,
mistakes.
vulnerability,
Yes.
weaknesses that we think we're not good enough,
Yeah.
or we're not going to be like, we're like, when people say this is amazing, we don't feel that it's amazing.
This
because
is amazing,
we still,
but
But-
yes,
That's
exactly.
always
my
the
problem.
But I also want to add something that was really important, because I know that we're always available to people. Whenever someone wants an advice or wants us to read something, we're available. But sometimes we don't have time to go through things. It doesn't mean that they're not valid or their voice hasn't reached. It just means that we are busy with something, or we're burned out. Because I'm in a
Yeah.
burnout right now. I'm
Yeah,
burned out, and we can't respond.
Not now, please.
Yeah.
please.
No, no, no,
I
right
still
now.
have something to
With
do.
with these lovely people, I'm not. But like when
And
I'm
I'm
at
reading
home,
17 student
Yeah.
scripts.
Oh,
My God.
but like if we
Every
don't.
day?
Oh my God.
There's 2 points. It's if we don't answer back right now, doesn't mean we're not answering them or we're ignoring them because we feel we're better than them. No, there's no such thing. It's just because we're so in our bubble of burnout or
Running
low energy
around,
or
running,
like a crazy
busy
person.
bee Yeah, exactly. That we're not able to, but we will. Sometimes it takes us 1 month, 2 months. And I know that a lot of producers are the same because I spoke to some producers like, hey, I sent you something a month after. Like, I'm so sorry. I've been,
Yeah.
actually, one big producer actually told me this. He was so sweet. He called me, and thankfully I was in Turkey, so WhatsApp call worked. He was like, I'm so sorry I couldn't get back to it. I'm not in a creative mood right now because I've been busy with
But I
project.
respect people.
But
like
I
that.
will,
Yeah.
once I am, I'm going to sit down and read it. Just give me a few times.
I respect
And I
people like
so
that.
Getting any
love that.
response.
And this
Yeah.
guy is a big shot.
Mm.
Like I was so shocked. Like
Is
every
he so
time I messaged
friendly?
it, he would come back and have coffee with
He's
me,
so
and I'm
friendly.
always late for that coffee date. But bless him, he's
Okay,
so
is that
sweet.
back to
Yeah.
the coffee date.
But no, bless him. He's such a sweet guy. He's a very old like man from the industry that
true.
I never
Mm.
thought would give me light of day, but he
Aw.
did because I
Yep.
approached. You never know until you
Approach.
Another thing is, if you read a script and you say, I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that, doesn't mean that your script is bad. Means that this person either doesn't feel that they can relate to the script or they're not the right person. Because I did that one time. I remember I did a film with a friend of mine. She wrote the script. I made it because she was a friend and I really wanted to do something with her, but I didn't believe in the script.
Mm.
And unfortunately, it really soured in production.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out really well. I didn't.
Aw.
And from that, and it's also soured our
But you
friendship.
tried, at least.
Yeah.
Tried.
Mhm.
I
right?
also soured our friendship, and I really hated that happened. But it happens, right?
Mhm.
That's why you have to be careful who you work with because
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
set
Oh,
life
yeah.
is different than that
Yeah,
in
true, yeah,
friendship.
True.
But when my other friend came up to me and he said, "Hey, I have a script. I would love you to produce it," I told him very quickly. I was like, "Let me read it. If I don't believe in it, I'm sorry, but I can't do it because I will ruin your film.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a hindrance to your film. I want you to succeed.
Mhm.
But if I'm not I don't relate to the story, it just means that I personally can't help you in that, but I can help you in other ways." I read it. Thankfully, it was I loved it, and we made it. Where it's in post right now. Bless him, he did it himself. But that's the thing. People, when they reject your script, doesn't mean that your story is bad or it's not worth it. It just means that they're not the right people to produce
Sure.
it.
But it's very important. That's why feedback is important. I believe in
Exactly.
feedback, and I'm and again, not everybody's good at feedback, which is fine. Yeah, because some people know how to give constructive feedback, and some people don't, and that's why there's people who can teach and people who can't. There is a natural talent to
That's
it.
why you have
right?
Raz reviews.
Yes,
That's why.
exactly.
It's literally giving feedback. And I've always been good at giving feedback.
You're so good at giving me. I'm the worst ever.
I'm waiting to hear
The
feedback
worst
from
ever.
you.
100%.
I need the
Yeah.
feedback on Miral Swalif with Miral and Raz reviews.
I have to see the final product.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like, it's always been a thing for me is that I can tell and I can always disconnect my personal self from my consumer self. Is that I can see the film and I can see what works in it and what doesn't work in it,
Mm.
and I can see what parts of it don't work just for me, and what parts of it just don't work, right?
Mm.
And that's a thing I can just see, right? And that's always been the case. But that's why I'm gonna keep hammering on this. This is why education is important.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
people who
Yeah,
can do
big
that
time.
are those who are gonna give feedback. Because the worst thing, and again, it's the thing that really has and I in 2024 was probably one of my worst years in my career ever, personally. Because I really struggled with that abyss where I made this film. This film was impossible to make. I can't tell you how we made it. It was a miracle. This movie is a living miracle. My mom's prayers is the only reasonable thing. Like, how did we do that? How did we shoot this? How did we make it? I don't know. But we made it, and it felt like I did it, and it's time for that pat on the shoulder.
Yes.
And it didn't come. And it was just struggle after struggle. And I have the film and I have this beautiful thing, but there's so many walls. Distribution is a nightmare in the region. And it's just like, I couldn't get anything back. And I felt like I put my heart and soul into this film and I put my everything in it. And I made it to prove that it can be made. And that validation never came. And I didn't get, if what came back was, okay, you did it, congratulations, but it's not good enough, I can live with that. Because not everybody's perfect. And I know that the film isn't perfect. No film is perfect. But the fact that we just got nothing back, people just don't tell you. They don't give you that feedback. They don't tell you what worked and what didn't. So you don't know how to take your next step. Am I going to do the same thing I did? But what if that also, like, it feels like insanity. You're repeating the same thing and expecting
Exactly.
different results. But if I get feedback, if somebody tells me, your film is this and this, but not that. At least I have something. I know what to do next. I know how to move forward. So what happened is that as filmmakers, we got stuck. We're just sitting there and we don't know what do we do? How do we move forward?
Yeah.
And that's crippling. It's a crippling thing. And it really takes away at your ability to persevere and continue. But teaching is literally that. All you're getting is feedback.
Yeah.
Whether it's negative or positive, it will shape you. It will make you see where it will help you take your next step.
You mean
and
when
your
you're
next step.
teaching or being as a
When
student?
being taught.
I love education. I love going back.
It's
just
so
because of
important.
that.
Lovely,
And that
yeah.
gets
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
less support, by the way,
Yes.
than making films.
Yeah.
Art schools.
Mm.
We need art schools. We need to teach art and to teach film and to teach music. It's so essential. And we were saying it's not part of our culture because there's no education in it.
Because
Remember
they don't
back
think
in the
this
day-
is fundamental.
Yeah, but
that's
remember
why.
back in the
But
day
it is.
when
Yeah, it
marketing.
is.
But remember back in the day when marketing was nothing.
Yeah.
But then
When
there was
social media.
Yeah,
Social media.
but then there was education.
Yes.
And then people, like, you will tell your parents, I'm going to study marketing, and your parents are like, what? I've never heard of that. But now you tell them I'm going to study marketing. They're like, yeah, I know six people whose
you
son
study
is in
social
marketing.
media for
actually,
years now.
People know it, but
Yeah.
they became to know it, became part of the culture because education was there. And
Yeah.
education educates people on the existence of the topic.
Mm.
That's what
Exactly.
education is.
I agree on this because my mom always says that. Everyone used to say when I was the first one in my family back in 2006 to travel to study multimedia design or digital media design,
Mm.
and everyone's like, "Why are you doing this? This will never succeed." Now I
You not make
have
money.
yeah, I have
Yeah,
no,
4
make money.
cousins,
Yeah.
like my sister and 3 cousins who studied multimedia design, 2 studied graphic design. And my mom was like, "Look what my daughter like opened up. You
Aw.
told me
She's the
no, and now
inspiration.
look at them. They're all
Aw.
in the early 20s and or late, teens.
You're the role
Um,
model.
Hopefully,
That's why.
and that my sister, who's studying exactly like I studied, used to is telling me, I love writing, I love journalism, like becoming a journal.
Journalist.
Journalist.
A journalist.
Journalist.
I'm a journalist.
Sorry.
I'm a journal.
We're
I'm a
tired.
book.
We're gonna wrap it in a bit.
But she was like, one day I hope I can co-direct with you. Let's do like the sisters directing together. And I'm so proud of her because she was such a shy kid. I pushed her into commercials. She acted and she got out of her shyness. And
That's
now look
good.
at her. She's like
It's a good
proper
training.
Gen Z
Yeah.
girl.
yeah.
But that's the thing. Look at influencers. Like before New Media Academy, there was
wasn't a
no
thing.
influencers.
This
Now
wasn't a
they
thing.
educate them and
Yeah.
Yeah.
incubate them, and
Yeah.
And
look
it's gonna
how
become a
many we
major.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's why.
major.
What do you do?
It
in
is a
life?
major.
I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
How are we going to build actors if everyone says
Where's
I
acting
can't
schools?
act? Exactly.
We need acting schools.
Where-
We need
acting.
because
Where's
the
the
problem.
closest one?
The
we
problem
have?
what's happening, I see a lot. There are, for example, they model, but they say, "I'm an actor."
Yeah.
They
You're
are
not.
in social media, actor.
But you're not.
You're
an
not
actor.
an actor. You can't act, not because you put the phone in front of you and
It's
you
not the
just
same. Again,
sh-
different set of skills.
exactly. This
Different
is
set
not
of
how it
skills.
is
And
acting.
actors don't necessarily know how to model. Model
Yeah,
is
no.
fashion
I was
runway.
just saying,
I'm
I
a-
can't model. I'm
Me
an
neither.
actress, but I can't
She
model.
just witnessed me, like talking to
We're
the
trying to do a
camera.
photo shoot.
Can I not look like a moron for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm a theater actor.
I told them I
That's
look like
even-
a stupid person when
Yeah,
I
yeah,
model.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I was a theater actress.
Yeah.
I grew up as a theater actress and a theater director, and that's again different set of
Completely
skills.
different. Yeah.
And you put me on a stage, yalla.
Yeah.
You put me in front of a camera. It's like, what do I do with my fingers? What do
Yeah.
I do with my fingers?
Gotta
Like,
hear
yeah,
there.
Sorry,
yeah,
if I
it's
can
weird.
say this, it's like singing karaoke and saying I'm a musician. I'm
an
a
opera
singer,
singer.
an opera singer.
It's not the
It's
same.
not the
Different
same.
set of
No,
skills.
it's
not.
Different set of skills.
But that's the thing, right? It's
recording artist because
Record-
you have to hear yourself. That's
Exactly.
also another thing. Singing
Oh.
live and singing
That's-
recorded.
yeah. It's a whole different thing.
exactly.
So
But it's that's the thing, right? We need, as you said, education. We need people to actually come back to us and with feedback. That's why I always encourage people, if they have a script, push it in festivals. You never know.
yeah.
You'll
If
never
you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
short
yeah.
film, make it.
get feedback,
put it.
as much feedback as you can.
Exactly.
Go and show people your film or show them your script. Whoever you can, get as much, and don't get feedback from one person. That's the
No.
worst.
No.
Because
no.
if the more feedback you get from people,
True.
you're gonna get 6 different points of view, and that's a good thing because then you will spot patterns.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
and be open to change your story. Okay, not
Yeah.
every story
Yeah.
can be changed.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through something like that recently.
Yeah.
I don't want to change my core of my story,
Yeah.
which is the style of the how to shoot it, because it's how I want to present it as a creative. I worked on it for 5 years, so it's stuck. But say if you have a new idea, and if changing the location won't alter the whole core, but people are not looking for an Emirati film, for example, they're looking for a Saudi film, and the story can be adapted to a Saudi, do it. You just want to create now. You don't care where it's at, like where it's based at, as long as the story shines through.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that a lot of people maybe don't really give in.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want to make it here because I needed that.
They hold
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
exactly. Hold
They're
on to it.
purely. That's what I always get this comment from business people who are into money and finance, and they don't understand art. But they always tell me, you're an artist. You have to open your mind. You can't just cling on your art because you think it's gonna work. Everybody will think my story is the best story in the world.
Yeah.
But you have
Nobody
to have
goes out
one-
to make a bad film.
No,
No,
no.
exactly.
Even when they make Madam Web.
Well,
They were trying.
except
They were still trying.
I didn't watch it.
except The Room.
That guy did not think he was making a bad movie. Tommy Wiseau thinks he's a genius. Have you ever
Well-
seen an interview with Tommy Wiseau?
If you
He-
haven't watched The Room, you should watch it first of
The
all.
Room.
I haven't
best-
watched it, but the web I
Oh.
wanted to watch it, and when I heard the reviews and I read, I'm like, oh,
No. The
I
Room
said,
is the best worst film you'll ever see.
Exactly.
It's the best.
why you want to torture me?
No. You won't be tortured. You
Huh,
will be
I will
so
be entertained?
entertained.
I'll be
From
entertained.
the
best-
writing to the
best,
acting to the
worst
everything.
Film you'll ever see in Miral.
Yeah,
I'm inviting you up to my house
خلاص,
to
done,
watch The Room.
done. I'll be.
We're doing it.
But I'm driving from Abu Dhabi to
You
your
come stay.
house. I'll
Yeah,
stay.
Stay. I have
Okay,
a guest
خلاص.
room.
Oh, yeah,
No,
done.
you're watching The Room because as a filmmaker,
You have to.
I have to watch
it's
it.
a rite of passage.
Exactly.
Watching
Wants
The
to
Room
torture me.
is alright. Okay, if
Yeah.
amongst the three of us, I think we can fix the film industry.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do that, fix it completely, like it's fixed. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So if we recap the points, number one, diversify the voices
Yeah,
for the love of
Exactly.
God. Don't make.
Diversify.
Let us make different kinds of films.
Yes.
Number
Please.
two, support, unconditional support, not
Emotional
conditional.
support as well.
Physical, mental, emotional, financial.
Emotional.
Just support each other because somebody else's success will also be your success, even
True.
if it's not yours.
Sure.
It will help the industry and it will help you eventually.
Exactly.
Have foresight. It's not about doing something that's successful now. It's about building something in the long
Exactly.
run for everybody.
Mhm.
And last but not least, education. We have to invest in education and watch
Go for courses. There are so
Yeah.
many free courses.
and
At
support
least, if
education
you
being
can't
done.
afford, you
Give
know?
workshops.
Yeah.
Give workshops. Sponsor workshops.
Yeah.
Start thinking about building better, more film schools.
Or
And,
you know-
go to universities, go to schools,
Support the
talks.
students. Talk to students. Exactly.
I did
support
I
education.
did a workshop, a table read for a lot of
Oh, I
actors.
saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
that
saw
was really
that?
good.
And,
Yeah.
and I did it just for the love of friends
Yeah.
and come and who wants to
That was fun,
experience it.
actually,
Yeah.
Some they said, oh, they did because featured extra, they did extra, but they've never experienced table read. And then we had a lot of fun. We
Yeah,
had a
table
lot
reads are
of
amazing.
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
then I was talking to one of, I'm not gonna mention names, as well in the film industry. And then he said, oh, did you charge? I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing it for the fun and I wanted everybody.
Yeah.
People came from Ajman,
Yeah.
people came from Dubai, people in Abu Dhabi. And then he said, انت تخربين علينا ميرال.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. They don't like it.
Yeah.
They
خربين
don't like it
علينا.
when you do
I
it for
was
free.
like, no,
Yeah.
but why? I mean, because now those guys, when I say, hey guys, I'm gonna do this, we're gonna support you, Miral, whatever you want,
Yeah.
we'll come, no problem. And I was like, well, why are you saying this?
I think
Yeah.
that's the last point. Don't see each other as competition because there's
That's what I'm
nothing to
saying.
Oh no,
compete
no,
on.
no,
Exactly.
everyone is different. Everyone has
Support-
their own style. Everyone has their own
Exactly.
story.
Support
has
each other's
one-
success because it
Yes.
will become your success indirectly.
True.
And
true.
remove your ego because ego
Take
has
ego out of it.
nothing to do with this
Yeah.
industry. If
Yeah.
you have ego, you'll never succeed.
No,
True.
no way.
So girls, let's hold. We're gonna go for the positive.
I think we need it.
session. We need that.
This group therapy,
That was a great.
5 out of
Stuff
5
like
would
that.
recommend
Yes.
this group therapy.
Exactly.
I cried at least in this one.
and we finally found people
Yeah.
that felt the same because we
Exactly.
didn't know that each one of us cried about the same thing.
Yeah.
And no, it's not about relationships or boys.
No, no. It's about our dreams. About
or our
making
kids,
things
which we don't
happen.
have.
Let's be positive this time. We're always positive. Otherwise, we wouldn't
I mean,
continue doing
we
this.
did have
you
like a
know?
2-hour
Yeah.
podcast about crying. So
Yes, exactly.
This is the segment where we're gonna go with the positive capsules. Okay, so you don't swallow it, obviously.
Okay.
I was curious because it
No,
looks.
you don't swallow it. But this is my positive messages from me to you. So each one of
Alright.
you will pick 1 to 2. Let's say maximum 2, each
Okay.
one of
Okay.
you. Okay.
Alright.
So it's positive messages in a bottle. Open one capsule and read message on the inside 1 time a day as needed, which is not
Oh,
necessarily.
nice.
Today we're
Nice.
gonna have 2.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So let's shake.
are we going to
shake,
open
shake.
them now?
Yeah.
All right.
Shake, shake, shake. But I'll read it out to you.
All right.
You give it to me and I'll read it out to you. And You choose who starts first.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 capsules or 1?
One for now, and then
Right.
the second one.
Can we take a pink one? Because
Okay.
I know that you don't like.
I'm
pinks.
definitely not taking the pink.
So
one.
I
You're
was
not
like-
pinky girl.
I hate
No,
pink.
so I'll take the
I
pink
own
to
nothing
spare
against
you
pink.
the
So
pink.
did you like Barbie movie? Did you like
Yeah.
Barbie movie?
Yeah,
I
it's a
love
good
that
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
don't like
movie.
that one.
I didn't
movie.
love it, but I liked
It's
it.
a good movie.
I
It's
liked it.
entertaining.
It was
Okay.
very entertaining.
Let me read this first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Shift.
Yalla,
We're
yalla.
here,
We want
on
the
fire, on
positivity.
fire. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
let's see.
So let's read. Okay. You do not owe anyone an apology for changing, growing, and evolving.
That's beautiful. And
Oh, nice.
That makes me want to
Oh
cry.
wow! Oh no!
Right?
I
It's a
do
big
not
thing.
want to cry on.
I don't want you to
on
cry.
on camera.
No, but,
But this
it's
is-
a
this
very
is- Important.
it's nice to hear it from someone else.
nice.
I think that's something that we all worry about.
I'm gonna cry. Don't make me cry.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna do the makeup again.
This is
You know
positivity.
what? Yeah, positive. This
It's
is
a beautiful positive message because you want to hear that from someone. And
Yes.
thank you for saying it.
Raz, let's hear.
ساتر يا رب.
Purple.
يا ساتر يا رب.
Oh. Okay.
Cut to
That will go in the trailer,
right. I'm not gonna cry.
like a tiny tear.
This is a good one.
Hmm.
You owe yourself the love that you so freely give others.
Remember what you said.
I'm fine.
We're fine.
Yeah, I'm
Take
fine.
a deep
I'm
breath.
cool. I'm
Take
cool.
a deep breath.
It is quite appropriate. I struggle with self love a lot. So there we go.
I think
Love
that,
yourself more.
I
It's
think that's
important.
all of us. I think it's
I'll
also.
teach you.
Is it?
I'm getting there.
I want to say, is it an ethnic thing? Because I feel like all of us who come from a ethnic
I
background.
beat myself
do
a
that.
lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We're
And
never
I
good
started
enough.
to change. No, I
Yeah.
can't do this to myself anymore.
yeah.
Okay. Let's read the other second one.
I got a blue one, so hopefully it's
Yeah,
a
okay.
nice.
Your past self will be so proud of you, who you are and where you are today.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's really gonna make me
Oh
cry.
no! Don't look at me.
This should have been the start of the show.
When
Crying.
was the
This is
last
a
time you
crying.
cried? No.
Now, this is my second time.
Wait.
Raz, your
Yes.
turn.
I have
Raz is
to?
afraid now.
I
She's
kinda don't
scared to
wanna.
death.
I'm just gonna close my eyes for a bit to contain myself.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
three? You
take-
want to hear three?
Yeah.
I want to OD on positivity.
But no, it's a very important thing because I think as your child self, you don't really feel like you're worthy about anything.
Yes.
And I still don't feel like it. So thank you. Oh, blue one.
The blue or the red pill? Huh?
Always. Right.
Always right.
Saying no can be the best form of self-care.
Ya lahwi. That's what I tell my mom.
That's what you tell your mom.
Yeah, because she can't say no, and I always tell her. And like every time I go visit, I be like, لا مش عيب, لا مش عيب, and she's like, I know,
It's,
Mama,
again,
لا مش عيب.
part of our culture.
Yeah.
We cannot
Yeah,
say no.
yeah, it's a
It's-
cultural thing.
Yeah.
But I grew out of it, and I think because I saw it happen to so many people, like this concept of obligation, right?
Mm.
And lazim, and you have to do, and you have to, and it's like no, you don't.
Sure.
We're,
Or I,
But it's very hard.
I have to say no. No, it's not. And yeah, it is self care. So
It
Yeah.
is very hard, but you need to force yourself to.
yes.
yeah,
As the oldest of 7, it was very hard to say no to my mom,
yeah.
to my siblings, who I had to take who I was like the person that they come to, but it took 5 years to establish no.
Mm.
It's very hard.
I'm an only child, so it's very different for me.
Mm.
I grew up to be an individual, super self-reliant. Because I keep people at a distance, I'm rarely asked for things that I wouldn't do anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when you have brothers and sisters, it is expected that you're gonna give yourself to them. Parents as well, but my parents are very individualistic. My husband's very individual, also an only child. We're always worried not to step on each other's toes, kind of thing. So yeah, but like I grew up in a culture that is perpetuating its own misery by hanging on to these unrealistic expectations.
Or our culture.
And
Or
and
our
and,
cultures,
and, and it's
Not only
like it's like you're
others,
just
Arab
we're architects of our own
Unfortunately.
misery.
but not only
you know?
Arabs as well, like
Yeah.
Asian.
We're all the
Asian,
Asia.
yeah,
Asia.
all
Yeah,
ethnic.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I would
It's the
say
East.
Very close.
It's the
I
East.
know.
It's the East.
I
It's the
know.
Eastern
And
culture.
that's
Yeah.
that's something I want to say. So when they say that Arab films won't relate, everyone with an ethnic background
Exactly.
relates. So
Anybody
matter.
from the east of side of the planet.
True.
And that's the thing. And I think it's very important. Yeah, saying no
Mm.
is for
Important.
you,
For you, of
for
course.
yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah.
and sometimes say no to yourself too. Don't push yourself to do stuff that you don't
Yeah.
want to, or don't push
Yeah.
yourself to do stuff that you're not prepared to yet.
Yeah.
Say no to work sometimes just to self-care because your mental exhaustion is happening is a form of self-care.
Yeah.
You know, you need to say no to yourself as well. No, you need to rest now. You don't need to rush or push yourself too hard because you need to look out for yourself first. It took me through COVID, like to fall in love with myself and even the bad parts. And you're like, you know what? It's fine. I'm human. And that's the thing. Self-love doesn't come easy. You need to really evaluate yourself. You really need to really look at your bad parts because there
Yes.
are bad parts that you don't
Mm.
acknowledge or you want to change. And you need to accept them as part of you. And I think life coaching really helps because I went through that with a dear friend and she really helped me reevaluate that I am important to myself. I am priority to myself and I need to showcase to love myself and to be a friend to myself like
Mm.
how I am to others. Stop giving yourself to people freely when
It's
you
that,
don't
the
give
purple
yourself.
one. Yeah.
Exactly.
one.
Yeah, the purple
And
one.
I think that I think that it's a hard lesson and the best way to do it is to fall in love with yourself
can we
and date
keep it?
yourself.
No.
I want it. Can I take a photo of it?
Yeah.
Sure. You can find it on. No.
No,
online.
no. I mean like my paper.
Oh, you want your paper?
Yeah, I want my paper.
Sure. Yeah.
The purple one. I want that one.
I actually want your voice note saying those things.
I can say. Which one is this one? This one is.
Not this one. The purple one. I
This
see
is
it.
yours.
I want
This
the-
is
just the
yours.
purple
But she wants
one.
the purple.
You
one.
want the purple?
I
Oh,
want
you
the
know, she remembers where.
Yeah,
comes
it
from.
really affected me. I want it.
Yes.
Yes. Very nice.
Okay.
I want the one where
You
your
can buy
past
this
lives-
online.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
All right, girls. So I think we're good. I don't want to go for the third one because I felt it's it's gonna be so emotional.
I don't mind if you want to do that.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
But we have to go for our quiz.
All right.
And let's go first for lunch, and then we'll go for quiz.
Yay,
Sounds
food.
great.
Yay!
That's my form of self love.
Yeah.